Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing a day in the life and I'm going to take you guys shopping. I'm going to be doing cooking and cleaning, so you guys are going to get to see a whole bunch of stuff today. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you guys are new, and I'm going to get started right away with shopping with my boys here. We are at Party City and we are looking for Halloween costumes. Also, I want to do a little something for my subscribers, so I'm going to be giving away a $20 gift card to Target. You just have to make sure you are subscribed to my channel and you leave a comment in the first 30 minutes of this video being posted. All right, where is it? Oh, boys.
I'll be that one then. Here. Yeah. Which one's boys?
This is the boys section.
Okay, is that only the
So,
oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
That's the one Emmett wants, the T-Rex.
Oh, Emmett, I should do Pennywise. I'm going to enter if you dare. Emmett.
Do you see back there Pennywise stuff?
I see the Pennywise popping up and you guys, Pennywise.
Okay, so Chandon,
Pennywise yours.
Emmett, you guys wait for a fitting room. Is there one open or not?
Emmett, I see the
No?
Pennywise yours. I'll go check for it.
Okay. Is there one on this side?
I'll go with this one if you want to try.
Oh, okay, go check this one over here. You guys can both share a change room. But there's two open. Chandon, you look like a plop of poo. Oh, he looks like a melting dinosaur. We need batteries for that. So I guess we'll pick up batteries on the way home. Emmett's excited, clearly. Okay, guys. Let's pack that up and get going. Now we have our costumes done. Okay, go, Emmett. Oh my god. Chandon. Oh my god. This is gonna be hilarious. Alright, so I'm just gonna make our dinner. This is the pulled pork that I made. I don't know if I posted it on Instagram or not, but anyways, I'm just making their pulled pork sandwiches. Those dinos are pretty hungry, so I'm gonna get them fed. And then I've got a bunch of other stuff to do, like some cleaning up and preparing tomorrow's dinner. Say hi, Dino. Okay, so I'm gonna feed these guys first. Alright, so lately we've been eating out a lot because we are doing a ton of hockey, so we are going from rink to rink and all that good stuff, so we are barely ever home for dinner and even on the weekends for lunch. So I found these today at Safeway. They're meal prepping containers, so I thought I'd give these a try. I got this one. It has 3 compartments and it's BPA free, so I thought I'd give it a try. And then this one here has 2 compartments. So last night I made, what the heck was it called? Last night I made pulled pork. I don't know, it left my mind for a second. But anyways, I made pulled pork last night and it worked out great because it was ready like the next day. I made it in the crock pot. So I figured I'll get these containers, and tonight I'm going to make, in my crock pot over there, I'm going to make spaghetti and meatballs, but I'm just going to put in the meatballs in there, and then in the morning I will finish off the rest. So those meatballs are going to cook overnight on really low heat, so I'm hoping they'll be nice and tender, but I'm going to go ahead and start prepping those meatballs now. Alright, so I'm just going to get started with putting in some pasta sauce into the crock pot. This way it has a chance to warm up. So I'm just using a canned sauce here, and with that canned sauce I will throw in a couple of extra ingredients. Now this will include some water just so that the meatballs don't burn overnight, and then I'm adding just a little bit of beef bouillon in here for some flavoring, and I'm also going to be adding some garlic, some chopped up fresh garlic, and a couple of bay leaves, and then I will mix this all together so that it is all incorporated. I'll throw in some salt and pepper as well, and then you guys can just throw in whatever kind of seasonings you like. If there are other things you like to add, you can go ahead and do that. Now for the meatballs, I actually have a recipe on my blog, which is amandasdailydish.com. Now I'm basically going to be following the recipe that's on my blog, but I'm in a little bit of a rush tonight, so I'm just going to tweak it and just go with the flow. So I just threw my ground beef into the bowl, added some Italian seasoning. Now I'm adding some breadcrumbs, and I'm totally eyeballing everything. I'm also adding a dash of milk. I'm also adding some sauce here. Now I can't even say the word properly. It's Worcestershire sauce. Oh my god, I can't even say it right. Worcestershire. I don't know. You know what? I've heard it a million times and I still can't say it properly. Anyways, I added the sauce. I added some onion salt because my kids don't like onions. So that's how I get the onion flavor in there. I threw in the sauce. I threw in a couple of packets of beef bouillon as well. And now I'm on my phone looking at my blog. Even though it's my own recipe, I can barely remember sometimes. And I'm also just going to be adding some garlic powder in there. And then I'm just going to be mixing that all together by hand. And I think I already added the eggs in there. I don't really remember though. I think I already did. Yep. And now I'm smashing that all together, and I'm going to get that incorporated really well so that all the flavorings and seasonings are mixed through. So now Chandon is here. He wants to help out. He loves rolling the meatballs, so he is going to be helping me with that. I just made him wash his hands so they're nice and clean, and he's going to go ahead and help me get these meatballs all rolled up and into the frying pan. And I totally should have tied back my hair, and I didn't. So I'm already into this. My hands are dirty. I'm just going to continue with it, and I'm just going to be really careful to make sure that none of my hair falls into the food. So no worries there. I'm going to be extra cautious. This is where I noticed that Chandon has been touching my new winter coat every time he's hopping on the chair with his little meatball greasy hands. So I had to take my jacket away and spot clean it to get the little pieces of meat off of it, I guess. So I got it out. It was all good. No worries. Chandon was actually such a big help to me at this point because it was starting to get late. I wanted to get these meatballs on the frying pan and into the crock pot, and he actually helped roll quite a few meatballs. So it was nice because he's learning how to do some cooking and some helping around the house, and it's totally helping mommy out. So thank you to Chandon for being such a good help. Look at how cute he is. He is so focused, and he's so concentrated on making sure that the meatballs are perfectly round. He focuses right in on it and takes a look and makes sure it is totally perfect. It is so adorable.
No,
small. You goose. That's good for little mouths.
What about this? More?
What?
More?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah. So now I'm just transferring the meatballs into the crock pot. I'm making sure that I drain them so that the grease stays in the pan. And these meatballs aren't thoroughly cooked through, so they are probably still somewhat raw inside, but that won't matter because they're going to cook through the night in the crock pot. All right, so now I'm gonna let these cook on low through the night and I will check on them in the morning. Okay, so it is the next day now. I've had those meatballs cooking through the night. They are all good to go. I've turned off the temperature and now they are just sitting there on warm until I am ready to transfer them to containers. My focus now today is going to be getting this living room cleaned up. This is probably going to take me more than one day, but this is where I'm going to get started because we are doing the fireplace in here as well as cleaning up. So here is a little clip of the progress that we've been making on the fireplace. This was from the other day. Jeff was just putting up the, I guess, I can't remember what you call it, like wire sheet. This is what you put up before you put like the scratch coat for the mortar on. This is what helps the rocks or the bricks, I guess you'd call it. Maybe the stone, that's probably the best word, stone. That helps the stone stay on. So this is actually the next day after you saw the screen up there. The scratch coat is already on and we are placing the stones now. So the stones are being placed with some mortar on the back of the stone, and then you take the stone and you basically squish it onto the fireplace. So that is what we are working on now.
It looks like gray whipping cream.
This is the first time in our renovation and construction adventures that we had ever done stone. So this was a learning experience for Jeff as well as me. Obviously, I don't really do this kind of stuff very often, but we actually enjoyed doing it and it turned out really, really great. It looks amazing now and I love it. I think we will do this again when we build our next house. So once the rest of the stone is placed, we will have to still grout it, and then that will be the last portion of the stonework, and then after that we will be placing a mantle up there. Okay guys, so it is now the morning. I made those meatballs last night. They are ready in the crock pot, so I'm going to pack those up and bring those with us to the rink later this afternoon. I am going to do some cleaning in this main living room area. I know I showed you guys in a previous video that I did already clean this room, but as you know, when you're in a renovation zone, things get messy, things get moved around, and it's completely blown up again, probably worse than it's ever been. So we've got like scaffolding over there. Up on that balcony, I've got clothes from closets hanging, so that all has to be gone through. I know I'm not going to get to all of it today, so don't expect this to be like a gigantic transformation. It's just not going to work that way for me, especially being a sports mom, because we are constantly on the go. So I have a few hours here and there. So I figure as long as I plug away at it when I have the chance, eventually it'll get done. So I'm still working away. I can't even talk. I'm going to plug away on this room at this point in time. I have a couple of hours, so I'm hoping to get a lot done, but we do have a lot of stuff over here that needs to go downstairs into the basement area. So I'm gonna do what I can. Hopefully it gives you guys some motivation, because honestly, if I can tackle this space and make some progress, you guys can definitely tackle your projects, because my schedule is off the charts. So I'm gonna get started. I hope you guys definitely get some cleaning done and get motivated from this video. Before I get started with cleaning this room, I do want to take a few minutes to respond to some comments that have been coming in on a video that I posted on this day. I absolutely love when you guys comment on my videos. I love chatting with you guys. So please remember to comment down below when I do post this video. Alright, so the boys are just getting ready to go outside to take care of some yard stuff. I am going to be staying inside working on this room. Now the first thing that I'm going to get started on is the boys' hockey bags. Typically they help me pack them, but I did just send them outside and I want to get the stuff out of the way. So I like to make sure I pack it with them, because we are living about 30 minutes from town, like where our hockey rink is. So I don't want to forget anything, because that would be terrible. We'd have to drive all the way back out here. So I am making sure everything goes in the bag. I basically, in my mind, I am dressing them. So I'm making sure I have their socks on, and then their shin pads, and then everything in order up until their helmet and gloves. That way I am sure that nothing is missing. So I'm going to do that here for 2 sets of hockey bags, and then I'm going to set that aside and find a special place for them once I am further along in this video. Obviously, airing out their hockey equipment in the living room is not ideal, but sometimes that's just what works for us. We do have a designated spot for it, and it will be airing out there most of the time, but sometimes this is just the easiest way. Maybe it'll work better if I start in one corner of the room and start working my way out. So I think I'm gonna start over here. I haven't really decided where I'm going to put my workout equipment, so for now I'm just going to put it on the other side of the room. That way I can make sure I sweep and mop and wash all under the treadmill in that whole area. You gotta be kidding me. Seriously. All right, so when I stepped off of the table trying to set up my camera, I stepped right into the bucket and my foot is soaked. That's my life right now. Now that I've got some new socks on my feet since I drenched that slipper, I'm going to vacuum over here by the window. The dog is chillaxing over here. He is enjoying the sun. Now that the vacuuming is done in this spot, I'm going to mop with my O-Cedar Spin Mop, my all-time favorite mop. So I am doing this because I want to place the furniture back in that spot. Once the furniture is back here, I can move on to the next section. All right, so you guys can see our view outside. Our yard is not really landscaped. It's got grass, but other than that, there's not really too many shrubs on this part of the yard. There are on the other side. There's a couple flower beds with shrubs and stuff like that. So it looks pretty good over there. But right out front, I've got all these bushes and stuff blocking the view of the lake. So we are actually going to have a yard cleaning day and take care of all that. So if you guys want to see a video of like yard work and stuff like that, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I will put one together for you guys. Alrighty, time to put the furniture back. The floor is nice and dry now, and then I can move on to the next section. For the coffee table, I am going to be using my Method wood spray. I love this spray. It smells very almondy, and you can purchase that from the Grove Collaborative. That's where I got mine from. And you can find the link for them down below in the description box. So the couches in this room were from the basement in our other house. They're a little bit like dingy looking from the kids and stuff like that, but with the white leather, I thought that it would be way easier to keep clean because I thought I could just wipe it off, but it still just shows all the footprints and all the marks and dirt, and it's super hard to keep clean. Like I would have to wipe it down like 20 times a day for it to stay clean looking. So I've been looking for a new sectional for this space. I really don't want to put any new furniture in here until this whole area is done, but I do want to get something picked out. So I have been looking online. I do have my eye on something, but I will be sure to keep you guys updated when we do make a decision. I know that it is looking like I'm throwing a whole bunch of junk just in one pile over there, but my strategy here is that I am going to get the one living space here, like the main living area, totally cleaned up as best I can. I'm putting everything over there into the front entrance area, and then from there I'm either going to be putting the stuff in the garage where it belongs or downstairs and stored nicely. So there is a method to this madness, but I just figure if I take one area at a time and battle it out, that eventually it will all get done. I guess when you have such a chaotic space, you just kind of do what you can. So if anyone else watching is having like overwhelming cleaning to get done, just pick one area, even if it's just the tiniest area, and just get it done one at a time. You will start seeing progress and it feels so good. There's Champ in his kennel. I had to put him away for a few minutes here because he was starting to get into stuff. We are making the closet upstairs into a little bedroom for him, so hopefully I can get to that project soon and show you guys what's going to be up there. I'm going to make like a little dog kennel and put his little picture on the wall. It'll be really cute. There's just a little scuff mark on the floor here, so I'm using a magic eraser just to rub it out, and it's working beautifully. Alrighty, so I'm running out of time. I did get most of this living room clean. I didn't have a chance to get to those cabinets over there, so that'll have to be for another day. But at least everything else is cleaned up and out of the way. Like I said, that front entrance area is going to get dealt with on a different day. Upstairs, well, that's a whole nother beast. But I'm happy with my progress in here. I got a lot done. Now I'm going to head into the kitchen and get our dinner packed up and ready to go. I've got the noodles already cooking over there in the pot, so I'm just cleaning off my workspace here, and once I drain out those noodles, I'm going to get the containers ready. So I've got my handy dandy little like luggage cooler here. I got that I think last summer or maybe the summer before. I haven't really used it much. I think I used it once. I still have the tag on it actually, so I'm gonna have to take the tag off here. But I picked that up from HomeSense. HomeSense is very similar to like a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls, and I decided on pink because I really don't get to do a lot of pink stuff because I've got 4 boys and I'm the only girl, so I decided I'm going with pink. But anyways, here I am draining the noodles and getting that ready to dish out. Alright, so here are my pre-portioned containers. They have 2 little compartments. One of the compartments is for 1 cup and the other compartment is for 2 cups. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to put the noodles in one part of it, And then I'll put the meatballs in the other part with the sauce. I know I could probably just use like a 1 compartment container, but I don't have any right now. I mean, I do have a whole bunch of them, but they're not all the same. And I just bought these the other night. These will work just fine, and the kids are actually really excited to use these. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the meatballs into the second compartment. The cooler is an insulated cooler, so it should keep our meals warm. It is mid-afternoon right now, so we will be eating these within the next couple of hours, so it should be just fine. I'm also going to put in some other snacks and drinks and stuff like that in the cooler. When you have 4 hungry boys, you have to make sure that you distribute all of the food evenly. Otherwise, of course, you're going to have one saying, he got more than I did and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to make sure everybody has the same amount of meatballs here so I don't hear any arguing happening. So we've got the boys already swarming because, of course, they love to eat. They are active, they play hockey a lot, and they sure do have big appetites. So they are definitely excited that I am going to have a nice home-cooked meal ready for them to have at the rink. Okay, so Pacey is just giving me a hand with putting the lids on the containers, and then I'm going to pack those up and put them into the cooler. I really need to hit up the grocery store. I'm kind of running low on snacks and things like that. So the only thing I could really think of right now is some chips. Not my first choice, but if they're looking for a little bit of a snack or something, they can just have a few potato chips. I found a couple of bananas, so I'm going to throw those into the cooler as well. And I can't forget the plastic forks, otherwise we will be eating with our hands. So we have a little bit of time left before we have to hit the road and get the kids to hockey practice. So I'm going to scramble and get as much done in this kitchen as possible because I don't want to come home to a mess. So I am unloading the dishwasher here and I'm working away as quickly as I can. I ended up cooking another serving of noodles here because I had some extra meatballs, so I'm going to put together one more container of food. Okay, so I am getting down to the wire with time here, so I'm going to bundle up this delicious pack of food that I've made, and I'm going to bring it to the front door so I don't forget it, because that would be terrible. But anyways, I'm running out of time to get the dishwasher loaded, so unfortunately that is something that I'm going to have to do when I get home from hockey practice. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and say hello down below, and make sure you guys are subscribed so you guys don't miss any of my future videos. We'll see you next time. Bye!